Hi folks, the name of this tune is called The Weasel. It's dedicated to the Director of the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Mr. James Comey. Hope y'all like it. My name is James Comey, I'm with the FBI. I went before those Congress folks, I swore them tested lies around investigations upon that Clinton clan. I got them all off scot-free, cause you know I'm their man. Now if you're into jihad and you came here to kill, don't worry boys, we'll tell the folks your motive was unclear. You know that we won't tell the truth about the deed you did. At the FBI we're telling lies to protect Mohammed. If you are an average dude or even a dudette, don't break the law, cause the man is flawed and you he will come get. He'll put your ass in handcuffs and march you off to trial. He'll make you pay for your crimes and do it with a smile. Folks, you need to know, can't get by with no crime. At the FBI we're telling lies and corruption pays just fine. My name is James Comey, I'm with the FBI. Please don't call me weasel, I might break down and cry. But if you choose to compromise our security, I get you off with a little thing they call immunity. On November 8th, folks, you have the opportunity to elect the President of the United States, and you can either elect someone that is a lying, corrupt politician like the world has never seen before, or you can elect a businessman who sometimes is a little offensive in his language, but tells the truth. And sometimes the truth is hard for people to swallow. Now, if you elect Hillary Clinton, as Barack Obama is so fond of saying, let me be clear about what you're going to get when you do that. You're going to get somebody who has already stated that she's going to do everything she can to make the people that are in this country illegally legal citizens. Which means that 20 million or so people are going to be made U.S. citizens. And those 20 million people are going to bring their family members in here over the course of the next 4 or 5 years. So by the time the next election rolls around, you're going to have 40 or 50 million people who didn't have the opportunity to vote before that are going to be made legal citizens and will be voting Democrat. There will never be another Republican president ever elected in this country. Ever. The Republican Party will be finished. All you state Republican Party officials that think that you're going to be able to weather the storm over the first year, the first term of Hillary Clinton, and then you think you're going to be able to get elected back into your office in 4 more years, you're living in a fantasy land. You're living in a fantasy world. Once those 40 million people are brought into this country, the United States is going to be fundamentally transformed, which is what Barack Obama said he wanted to do, and pretty much the people in Congress have allowed him to do it. So you can count on 40 million more citizens that are being brought into this country, many of whom have no intention of assimilating to the values that have made America what it is today. None. Many of whom are very dangerous individuals, and even Clinton's own security people, the Director of National Security and Comey, even admits that they can't vet them properly. They have no idea who they're bringing into this country. So if you want more shootings like what happened in Florida, you go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want more San Bernardinos, you go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want more military installations being attacked by Muslim extremists, you go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton because she's going to bring them in. You should go on the internet. You college-educated women who are so uneasy about Donald Trump, you should go on the internet and pull up what's going on over there in Syria. If you think you're offended by Donald Trump because of what he says, you should go ahead and look at young people, little children, 8 and 9-year-old children having their heads cut off or being shot through the head or being crucified on a cross by the people that Hillary Clinton wants to bring into this country. And don't give me this BS that they're vetting them. They're not vetting them. They don't know who they are. So if you just pull up the ISIS propaganda videos, you can see 8 and 9-year-old kids shooting people through the back of the heads. So last summer they went to a jihadi training camp, and next summer, if Hillary gets her way and she gets elected, those people could be in summer camp. Those kids could be in summer camp with your own precious children that you should be concerned about. So if you want more jihadists in the United States, you go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton because she's going to bring them in. If you want the U.S. economy to continue to struggle and in fact be decimated by higher taxes and government inefficiencies, you go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. If Hillary Clinton was concerned about the economic security of the United States, she would have done something already, or at least voiced her concern about the national debt ballooning out of control like it has. She hasn't said a word about the national debt, and she hasn't said anything about how she'd stop the national debt from growing. The national debt is going to be $20 trillion by the time Barack Obama gets out of office. By Clinton's end of her first term, it'll be $25 or $26 trillion. And if you think that the people in Congress are going to do something to rein in her spending, you're out of your mind. Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan have had opportunity after opportunity, and Boehner before them have had opportunity after opportunity to rein in government spending and do things that would have generated a more favorable environment for economic development in this country, and they've done nothing. Not a damn thing. The debt has ballooned. They've done nothing to make it easier for business to conduct business. They allowed Obamacare to be implemented. The Supreme Court allowed Obamacare to go forward, and now it's failing. So if you want a perfect example of what happens when you elect Democrats in office, Obamacare is a great example. It costs more to get insurance. Many people who had insurance can't afford insurance, and the insurance that they have now is crappy insurance. And although they're able to say that they have insurance, they can't use it anywhere. Now, if you want that model being applied to the U.S. economy in general, go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want more citizens brought into this country who have no intention of assimilating, and most of whom are going to be heavily reliant upon social welfare programs, you go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. You want more shootings like what happened in San Bernardino and at the Pulse nightclub and that mall attack in Minnesota, you want more of that to go on, you go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want the United States military being decimated, if you want the United States military being made less and less and less lethal, go ahead and vote for Hillary Clinton. If you want the police in this country to constantly be under siege by anti-law enforcement activists, who are doing their best to drive a racial wedge between the population in this country, then you go ahead and vote Hillary Clinton, because she's going to continue to have people like the leadership of Black Lives Matter and the Muslim Brotherhood brought into the White House. This country cannot stand very much more of the kinds of policies that have been implemented by Barack Obama. And the only way you're going to stop those policies from being implemented is to vote somebody that's going to take it in a different direction. We have one last chance, folks. We have one last chance to right the ship that is called America. And you're not going to make it better by voting for Hillary Clinton. The only way to stop the decline and to stop the disaster that is looming is to vote for Donald Trump. He is not the end all. He's just the beginning. The next thing that needs to happen is most of the people in Washington, D.C. need to be thrown out of office. They are just as corrupt and anti-American as Hillary Clinton is. They're not working for the American public. When you accumulate trillions of dollars in debt that is endangering the U.S. economy and endangering the value of the U.S. dollar, you're not working for the American public. When you bring people into this country who have no intention of assimilating and that are dangerous people who engage in terrorist attacks against the people of this country, you're not working for the American public. When you continue to pursue policies that allow jobs or that force companies to have to work elsewhere or look elsewhere to build their factories and their plants and employ people who are not in America, you're not working for the American public. When you do everything you can to throw up roadblocks for oil and gas and coal industries to be able to provide the energy that this country needs to be the economic powerhouse of the world, you're not working for the American public. You're working for your corporate interest. The big boys on Wall Street that have bought and paid for all of the politicians in Washington, D.C. Those people in D.C. don't give a rat's ass about the American public. All they care about is whether or not their campaign contributions continue to roll in from the companies. And it doesn't matter whether they're Republicans or Democrats. They're corrupt. When you got a director of the FBI and the head of the Justice Department, Loretta Lynch, that are authorizing deals whereby criminal evidence is being destroyed in the course of making a plea agreement or an immunity agreement with people who violated national security rules and regulations and the law, when those people are destroying evidence, that's not working for the American public. That right there is the definition of corruption that causes societal breakdown. When society recognizes that the government is holding government employees to a different standard than it is their own public, then the public has the right to remove those people who are engaged in that kind of corruption. Again, we have one last chance. I know Donald Trump is not a perfect individual, but I'd much prefer somebody who tells the truth, even if it's offensive to somebody sometimes, than I would to put somebody that is a lying, corrupt, criminal individual in the presidency. On November 8th, you have an opportunity to help save your country. I'm asking you to vote for Donald Trump. I'm Vince James. Thanks for watching.